Time was tournament ever. Then last week was Creator Clash. I didn't think I was going to play this deck again, but I was doing some more work on it, retooling it. I was sorely missing removal in addition to Swords of Plowshares, although Oko sometimes functions as removal. Been very, very, very happy to be casting Leyline Binding. Doesn't really cost you that much. Just slap a couple Triumphs in there and being able to answer on board. Like, specifically being able to Binding Oko is just such a big deal. On the old list, like, oh no, my opponent has Oko in play. I'm just pretty screwed. Also, I was splashing for Minsk and Boo. The last time we played this deck on stream, and Minsk was kind of underperforming a little bit. It was fine, but weak to removal, weak to Bowmasters kind of sometimes, and didn't really feel like it was worth like the Steam Vints of the deck and really wanting to play. One card that I did want to play is Archmage's Charm. I was interested in a little bit more card advantage, and then we're already a Mystic Sanctuary deck, so I ended up cutting the Steam Vints for the third Mystic Sanctuary and then playing 2 Archmage's Charms. 2-2 split of Memory Lapse, Archmage's Charm, feeling pretty good for like mana curve considerations. Memory Lapse is also very good to Mystic Sanctuary when you're ahead, just like put a useless spell on top of your opponent's library and not really care too much. I also have Ashiok on the sideboard for today for the Titan matchup, which is something I didn't have last time. Deafening Silence for Phoenix and Rakdos. It's like building a sideboard. This deck is like it's coming together. It took a little bit of time. Basic Plains for Blood Moon matchups. That's new also. Yeah, you can scam Uro with the Stifle. That's what the Stifles are for. So you can go even like as soon as turn 2, Shaman into Uro, put land into play Stifle your Uro. Although not usually on turn 2. Zizalda, 23 months. Thank you. Welcome back. One of those seems to be on a mulligan. Oh, also, does anybody know how many rounds this is today? I meant to look. I forgot to look. We'll figure it out, I guess. Opponent's still thinking about their 6-card hand, right? Went to 5? Yikers. Oh, let me keep their deck list up over here. Okay, so they got 4 Push, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Bolt, 4 Flame of Anor, 2 Dig Through Time, 1 Cling, 1 Demonic Tutor. I feel like Tutor's not very good in decks like this, to be TBH. Oh, Sideboard Blood Moon, good to know. Okay, my opponent is here. Breeding Pool, Deathrite Shaman, puts on a Moldify. They're on the draw at least. Yeah, Stifle's legal. You can go Stifle your Uro trigger too. Could be a good argument for holding up Stifle turn 1. I feel like I guess I'm Mold 5. Want to be slamming a turn 2 Oko maybe. Definitely nice to know. There's no Spell Pierce over there either. Yeah. The old arena. I guess an open deck list. I know there's no Spell Pierce, so don't really need to worry too much. Exile from opponent's graveyard because it's a Dig Through Time format. And I got Oko in my deck, or Uro in my deck, rather. And looking at their deck list, they could double Bolt, but they didn't have Bolt last turn. Beyond that, I guess they have Tidebinder. They have Tidebinder that can get rid of or stop an Oko. Okay. Go, Oko, go. Everyone's hero. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Bowmasters because I have this Deathrite Shaman. I'm not going to attack with Deathrite Shaman though because of Bowmasters, and then I think I'll just play second Shaman, play Mystic Sanctuary, hold up the Stifle. It's fine. Yeah, weird to be on Tidebinder over Lurrus, but they're doing it so they can play a Flame of Anor deck. And Tidebinder is also very good. For sure. Okay, so let's just plus the Oko and see if my opponent has Tidebinder. Actually, I'm just going to stifle their Flooded Strand, though, I guess. I'm going to fire off this Brainstorm. This gets Orcish Bowmastered. How many lands specials? I think I have 3. So let's go ahead and Binding then. Kind of didn't think that they had the Bowmaster since they didn't like play it in a turn, but maybe they drew it. Three mana, but we'll accept the charges. Did not find a another fetch land. Let's just get in with the food. I'll stifle the Flooded Strand if they crack into turn. Is Oko just gonna win this? Yeah, turn 2 Oko on the play against the Mold of 5 is like pretty good. I mean, I've cast some other interactive spells, cast a couple shamans. Have to Stone Rain them. T-Fabs, 4 months. Thank you, welcome back. Yeah, and they are done. Okay, very interesting that they're a Lightning Bolt deck too. Let's see. So I guess they have Lord Field to help them get their islands, and they have no Swamp despite having Blood Moons on the side. I wonder if they'll bring in Blood Moon against me. Blood Moon is very good against me. Let's just bring in this Plains as like a hedge. Usually I'm going to cut a Mystic Sanctuary when I bring in the Plains. Though, not all of them. I think I'm doing something wrong when I like drag like that. I'm not sure. Definitely a Scolding matchup since they're playing Tidebinder, Snapcaster, Bowmaster. When all the Stern Scoldings. Stifle's good against Snapcaster, good against Tidebinder. They're a very fetch heavy deck too. My opponent's probably going to bring in... They might bring in this Hearse. They probably bring in the Kolaghan's Command. I'm not sure if they bring in the Blood Moons just because like they're locking themselves up black, but they probably should. They probably should. I feel like I should be cutting all my Shamans since they're a Fatal Push Lightning Bolt deck. That is probably not going to be cutting all of those. I could play my Narsets. I could just play one extra land. I think one extra land makes sense if I'm cutting all the Shamans. Play one Narset, one Aether Gust. Aether Gust really only good against Flame of Nor and Blood Moon. I think I'm just gonna try to fetch my basic planes, or like have counter magic up on turn 2, and we'll play one Narset and quick submit. Ashiok on the draw against this kind of deck is like has always sucked. I feel 3 mana. You have no fetch lands on the draw against the very low to the ground interactive deck. Yeah, I didn't feel like Minsk was very well positioned. I think Minsk is a lot better in the decks that can cast it like on turn 3 more consistently too. Sectors can't you're usually casting on turn 4 stuff. I like it more in like the green red Blood Moon decks. Guys, we do have Lord revealed for our second land. I think just because I think if my opponent was playing a Ragavan deck, I would mulligan, but they're not, so I'm gonna keep. And I think what I'll do probably is go end of turn Brainstorm and I'll think about upkeep Cycle Lord revealed and be like weak to Blood Moon. If I draw a land, then I probably won't do that. Okay, yeah, let's just play the Zaga Try on turn 1 now. I think my favorite arena animation is the triomes like pop up like the landscape. I think that's pretty cool. Should they mulliganed again? You have to play Halfling if you play Minsk and Boo, which the Teamer Shell may be fine with Uro Oka Minsk. Yeah, I think I've seen some people talk about it. I don't know if I've seen the list themselves. Enjoying Arena? Yeah, I think so. Like, the format is... The client has its problems, but it is, there's some things to like about it. Some things to dislike. And, I can shuffle with Lord revealed for the Brainstorms. I do want to keep up Blood Moon. My opponent's also not playing Stifle, but they are playing 4 Tidebinders, so I think I just want to fetch before they can Tidebinder me. You know what I mean? I have Counterspell up for Blood Moon. They get a basic island. Let's just chill. I don't want to cast a Brainstorm. Ooh, okay, that makes Brainstorm a lot better. I can go Brainstorm, Stifle, Cycle Lord revealed, or Stern Scolding, Cycle Lord revealed. Opponent has done nothing with their mana that turn. Tap Mystic Sanctuary. Could have fetched to not make that tap. Okay. Brainstorm on the stack. Brainstorm, a legal arena card. It's kind of crazy. I do think arena it is a lot more or it is a lot less egregious, I feel, in this format than in Modern. Put these two back. It feels a lot less egregious in this format because you have should I get second island? Let me get breeding pool. Because you don't have any miracles, you don't have like counterbalance either. But still very, very strong card. Probably chilling. My opponent's got 5 cards in hand. I'm relatively up on cards. We could play the Uro. But I think I'm just gonna pass. Maybe play Uro next turn. Probably awkward binding. Any thoughts on Field of Dead since we're already a high name count? I mean, I see. I think you can be either a Mystic Sanctuary build or a Field of Dead build. You can be both, but I also don't really feel like you're super incentivized to be both, if you know what I mean. All right, I'm gonna probably go for Brainstorm end of turn here. My opponent missed their land drop, and I don't really want to be making the first move when my opponent's missing a land drop here. If that makes sense. And then I think I just want to memory lapse this so that they are missing their land again if they keep it on top. If you're gonna play Field of the Dead, you should just treat Field of the Dead as if it's a spell. You should treat Field of the Dead as if it's a spell, not as it's a land. Yeah, let's just play an Uro, I think. tend to like to play Uro on these turns where my opponent just has, this much mana up. Hard for it to, like, anything they play to line up well against it, Do think that they're going to Flame again, and I don't think I'm going to counter it this time. Is Ephemerate a deck possible timeless? So this deck started off as an Ephemerate focused deck and basically ended up cutting all those elements. JT with the 10 months, think he'll come back. They have to keep it on top. Well, they could have shuffled it away if they didn't want it on top. Okay, second Stern Scolding is pretty nice. I am 1 mana short of being able to go Oko with 2 Scoldings up, but I think I'll just play 1 Oko here, and if they counter, I just think I let it resolve. Yeah, just let that go. I've never played with Memory Lapse. I have no perspective on its power. On surface, it does not look as powerful as actually is. Yeah, for sure. It's like, what's funny about Memory Lapse is, like, usually with counter spells, you want to counter good cards with them, right? With Memory Lapse, you want to counter bad cards and make them draw them again. is kind of funny. And then you get that info too. How exactly does this tournament work? Honorag is hosting it for another channel. Great tournament organizer, great commentator, just great at everything. It's you have to join his Discord to play in the event. Let's see how many, 7? Yeah, let's just pass with Charm up now. You have to join his Discord to play in the event, but if you do, then it's just like any other tournament, really. Got a little bit. You have to go through MTG Melee to get the cues and stuff. Let that go. Do you think Suppression Field would be viable for legal given the density of fetches Planeswalkers? I mean, I kind of feel like the Ataxes style deck with Chalice, Thalia has potential, but it's missing something. Okay, I think I just Cling to Dust, eat my Uro. Nice play for sure. Get more Uros in the deck. They have 5 cards in their hand over there. Disputes. Okay, we'll let the Dispute go. Nice. Nice to get Mystic Sanctuary here. Alright, play another Oko. I think I'll fight over this one. They have another counterspell. Another dispute resolves. They got 2 cards in their hand. So now we get into Mystic Sanctuary battle. No, do they have 1 Sanctuary or something? They have 2. How did they not fetch a Sanctuary there? I'm gonna Mystic Sanctuary back Lore and Revealed, I think. Where is it? There it is. Don't they win those since they have Cling? I mean, if they do, they really feel comfortable tapping out for Cling? Maybe they do. I mean, the Cling is huge here. I agree. I'm just gonna try to force the issue. Dude, how many disputes? I didn't think they had 3 disputes. I thought they only had 2. So I'm wrong. They have 3. Dang. I think I probably should have got down in removal. For game 3, I guess. They main phase Cling. Hopefully not a Sign of Strength. I'm just gonna Swords this Snapcaster right now. They just don't have that much for me to Swords. I mean, Swordsings on Bowmasters are so important, though. I think I'm gonna go down on Bindings for game 2. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a Lord Revealed on top of my library while my opponent is tapped out. Although it looks like they have a Tidebinder. So they're putting Mystic Sanctuary on top. Or they put Counterspell on top, rather, sorry. Okay, I mean, we really just need to find an Uro. We can play and escape Uro all in the same turn. We can line up pretty well against the... I guess we play Uro, then they counter, then they Cling to us. That's a good way to get 2 for 1. Otherwise, I guess we're just chilling. How many... They have... They can escape, like, 2 more times, too? Interesting main... I don't really know why they're main phasing the escape. Maybe they're worried about me, like, fetching it for Mystic Sanctuary or something. I'll play this so I can fetch a Blood Moon, and it could hold for a Brainstorm. They can't Cling Uro. Yeah, I know. They can't Cling Uro. They can't Cling Uro the first time, but they can counter and then Cling. We played any Beanstalk in the format. I mean, there's just no Solitude, Force of Will, Fury. I don't think the card is, like, that exciting. Oh, so that now they can't Cling at all. Interesting. You think Sidisi Brood Tyrant can be playable? No, not even really close, honestly. There's also Match Clocks, too, although they're longer than Magical Mind. They can't counter and Cling if you have enough mana to cast it twice a turn. Yeah, but I don't have close to the mana to go cast Uro, escape. I'll just kind of spout this. Could you consider bringing Ashok if this is a loss? Good against Dig, Cling, Snapcaster fetches. It's not that good against Snapcaster. It's okay. I mean, I've played a lot of like Ashok in my life, and I've like basically never thought it was like a good card in these kind of matchups. So I don't really feel like starting today on playing that card in these kind of matchups. Let's see what they target. I might stifle this. Why couldn't you escape twice? Couldn't you just cast, eat counterspell, and escape before they can Cling? Yeah, when you say cast twice, I'm saying that they're going to counter my escape and then Cling. They're not going to counter the front half. I know I can cast, like, you know, cast it twice or whatever. or cast and then escape. I think we probably just throw the Stifle at this. The thing is, I just like once I draw Uro, I'm just gonna use all my mana Uroing. I want to be kind of playing to that. I think. Wait, they counterspell that? Oh, they counterspell the so they counterspell the lore and revealed. I see. Okay. Your turn. Yeah, they're not going to counterspell my first Uro cast. Although a lot of arena opponents have, to be honest. Though they shouldn't, I should maybe say. Ashiok is for the Titan matchups. I do think I want to bring in the second Narset. The second Narset over like the fourth binding, and then I kind of want to cut the third binding too. I'm not sure what for. I probably tried for that card to not be Ashiok, but we'll see. We've got a fat graveyard for Uro, although they have a Kling available again. Oh, so how much is left in the library? They have 25 left? No. Yeah, Deathwish Shaman is so much better than Ragavan in this format, like, obviously, you know what I mean? Okay, counter targeting Lorien revealed. Come on, Uro. I think at this point I don't really care about Blood Moon. Like, I'm just kind of not winning against most things, and so I kind of want to incentivize my opponent to cast Blood Moon if they have it. So I'm just gonna get this Triumph here. This is a little weird. Definitely feels like I have too much removal. Didn't see a Bolter push. Yeah, that's true. Probably have to play some of those. I'm also 32 cards deep. I've only seen one Uro, which is kind of unfortunate. See if they type do this. Okay, running out of time to draw my Uro. There's a good chance they have like 2 bolts in their hand too. So I feel like there's a good chance we're dead next turn. This definitely doesn't help. Do you have more Mystic Sanctuaries though? They probably boarded out their pushes and kept their bolts in. That would be my guess. Have game 3 on the play. Alright, maybe I cut all the bindings. It's like... play 1 binding, maybe. You just don't have any good targets. Besides, it's like okay to get Bowmasters. No Wrath effects in the sideboard for Eternity. I have no emotional support in Supreme Verdicts here. In my Deathwish Shaman deck. You can play them, it's not that bad. Oh wait, I forgot there's a Snapcaster deck. I should probably just be playing more Shamans. Why do we cut Deathwish Shaman game 2? It's because they're a Lightning Bolt Fatal Push deck. I wanted to like kind of blank those cards. Let's play second Narset. 3 Shamans. Scolding is very good against them. I'm gonna keep kind of reluctantly, I guess. Verdict might be okay against certain builds to me. Yeah, I mean there are situations where Verdict is good. I just don't feel like you need it that badly. Well, it's not playing Stifle, so I don't need to worry about it. Alright, let's play the Shaman. I guess I have to jam an Oko. They have Bowmasters, I guess. Imagine if I just had a land here and I could Scolding the Bowmaster. Just be game over. Oh, Edict. Okay, well, fair enough. They have one Edict in the sideboard? Two. Fuck, dude. I guess one good news is they are cut off of a... I guess they have their island. I'm going to try to cycle this and get a land in the yard for Shaman. Okay, there's an island. So now I can play Oko next turn. Let's not attack as a Tidebinder, I think. I'm going to cycle now. So we go ahead and cast the Brainstorm. Lord Revealed would be nice to shuffle, maybe. Okay, we did find a Lord Revealed. Just put back these two. So we do have a basic Plains in the deck. I guess our goal is to like just buy time until we find one of those. It's like so many of their cards are cut off too. They can like never play a black spell. Problem is we weren't able to fetch the basic Plains earlier. Just resolves. This gonna have to be going to discards at some point. Do we not cut binding? Oh fuck, I forgot to cut all the bindings. I also kind of didn't think they had the Blood Moons in, but I don't know how I forgot I had them. Wait, so I'm actually locked, right? I don't have a forest. Didn't bring in the 8th of Gusts. Getting Blood Moon time. Yeah, no, I don't know why I thought I still had outs, or yeah, we're dead there. And put as turn 1 Shaman or Inquisition or Halfling, I guess. Takes the Shaman. Do a Stifle check again. 3 stifles. Let's go to just main phase, fetch a Jeskai Triumph. One's keeping the blue mana up. Not super happy to miss 2 land drops here. What are you gonna do? Go to the draw, right? Yeah, it was bad. Still playing, and we're also like kind of like just having to play around Stifle forever, or until we draw a land. Okay, we did draw a land. Also, they're Gigantos. So they don't have actual counter spells. They just have Stifle, 3 Stifle, 2 Memory Lapse, and we can go for a fetch end of turn, and then we can counter a Stifle if it's there, and we do get got by if they have Stifle plus Lapse, but not a lot we can do about that. Okay, so we're gonna sack this, probably get stifled in response. Oh, not getting stifled in response. Okay, so I'm gonna get island here, then crack this one. Okay. I'll just go and throw a counterspell at the Orcish Spellmaster. That's good news. Ellis Tungo with the 7 months. Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. Inquisitions me, probably takes the Oko. One thing I am enjoying about this format, I didn't take. Oh, it could take Blinding because KW Inquisition. One thing I am enjoying about this format though is, or they have Cruise. Wait, you gotta cast Cruise before Oko there, buddy. It's just like how many of the decks are mid-range piles, if that makes sense. I mean, it should make sense, right? Like so many of the decks are just like mid-range piles, and trying to find the best of these decks is like a pretty exciting journey to me. Okay, I think even if I find Stifle, I'm not putting it into play. I am going to go ahead and binding this now, crack my fetch, grab a fountain. Like, yeah, trying to be like the person who builds the best Uro pile, the best Oko pile, the best mid-range deck is cool. I like my list, but a lot of it's very cool how many different directions people go with these decks. I feel like that makes the format feel monotone. Sometimes, yeah, you can dislike it, but I mean I feel the opposite. I feel like there's a million different flavors of like these piles, and I think that certainly once it's kind of hammered out, it can be a little less exciting. But we're also just not there yet. You know what I mean? Memory Lapse would be really bad here, but that was only 2. I'm just going to slam it. Okay, don't care. What do they have to beat a resolved Uro? They have 4 push and the Okos, and 2 more Okos. Definitely tension being a Uro Treasure Cruise build. 3 Cruise, 2 Uro. I feel like I would probably just be on like no Uro in their deck and just be like Cruise, Oko. Maybe, I don't know. These Mosswood Dread Knights are also pretty funny. Thoughtseize is me. A little Uro flooded. They got 1 card left in their hand. Plus Uro in the yard, which they can't escape. Oh, they can't. They now can't escape because the last card is a fetch land. Okay. So I mean, as long as they don't draw fucking Fatal Push. Okay, not Fatal Push. Although that card is nice against my counterspell in hand. Here I just get to cleanly go Sanctuary Swords the Plowshares, attack with Uro. And you know, most cards that say draw the card, draw a card in Modern are kind of scary against Orcish Bowmasters. Uro, you just gain 3 life. You don't really give a crap about the Bowmaster trigger. I'm even just gonna cycle another Uro. Okay, Oko's good pickup. Pass to you. Bant has been insult type because of binding. I think swords plus binding is. I mean, these are the white cards I'm playing. Deafening Silence is also a 6 sideboard card. And then in black, you get push Bowmasters, discard spells if you want them. I don't think the discard spells are that good. So Giganta in hand, and they can play an uncounterable Giganta. They know about my counterspell also. That being said, I just have a pretty clean attack. If I elk the Bowmasters, they have 7, 8, 13. I'm at 18. Could elk the elk. I'm just gonna elk the Bowmasters at this point. Just don't need to be that worried with a counterspell in my hand and Uro attacking. Oh, whoops! I meant to put that in play. Sorry. I guess I can still I can cycle the other Uro this turn, at basically going down to 17. Seems okay. Technically could have yeah, if I hit Mystic Sanctuary, I get to do this now to play around the Sanctuary. I'm gonna go in and grab Archmage's Charm so I can steal the 4/4 next turn. Yeah, the format's pretty broken, but like everything's broken, so it's just kind of like nothing is. So dead Oko, 2 cards in their hand. If they drew like their own Oko that I can't counterspell, it's pretty bad. Oh my gosh, they didn't tap the halfling. They didn't tap the halfling. Saved by the fucking bell. So for 3 months, thank you, welcome back. So I'm at 14. Should I Vigilance Uro here? I can Vigilance Uro and play the rest of my hand, so seems okay. And then I probably can just Swords the Halfling and keep the counter on the charm available. I don't like how hard it is to see how much mana I have available here. It's just like what is this? It's like it's like a sloppy paper player. Just like the lands are like eh. And like the untap like all the untapped ones are separate. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of that. You know about QQ. You know about QQ. I don't know what. I know about Mystic Sanctuary. QQ taps all your mana. Oh, so if you press QQ twice, all your mana gets tapped? What situations would you want to do that in, do you think? Z to undo. Interesting. Was this better than draw 3? I think so, yeah. I just counter whatever they draw for turn or steal their orc. Like they're just so behind. Oh, with reclamation seems true. The blocks. So Shaman win. Put as a card in their hand. Going for it though. Okay, take a look at the sideboard. Two Veils. Amordigo. Shield's Edict, that's probably coming in. Scolding not coming in. So they're a Cruise Uro deck. I think these Narsets are probably pretty good. Not going to bring in Ashiok. I'm sure someone is saying in the chat that I should, though. Scolding counters Bowmaster, Mosswood Dread Knight. I don't think this is a great... I mean, I guess Lapse is good against Uro and Cruise. This is good. Just gonna bring in Scolding against every Bowmaster deck, I think. Then what are we trimming? Maybe trim Brainstorm number 4. Could trim Counterspell 2. I think it's okay to have Counterspell number 2. How many fetches are they playing? They're playing 10 fetches. Let's keep in all the Stifles. They're an Oko deck. We want to keep our bindings in. Maybe I just play one Narset. Let's try this. Oh, I didn't realize we have the Magic Online thing here. Do I want this? Just take it off. Oh, it is accurate at the moment. Oh, easy keep. No turn 1 Stifle on my Delta's nice. So it seems like the Thoughtseize bug is alive and well on Arena too, huh? I haven't got my QPs yet, but I'll get them. First time we really have that lore and revealed Uro tension. I gotta play the Uro this turn though. Since they have the halfling, they can make stuff uncounterable. Oh, never punished. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab. I think I'm just getting basic islands. I don't think I'm not going to 6 for anything next turn. Just trying to get cards of the yard for Uro. Attacking with the halfling, 3 cards in their hand. Swords of Plowshares. Okay, I think drawing swords. I'm basically always starting here, and then just gonna pump the brakes with the ability to play Uro with Counterspell up next turn, or just counter something we have this turn. Not really ever gaining any life, I guess. Is Mirror Labs better to Remember Prive or debatable? I think it is, yeah. Clearly better is probably not what I would say. Remand is not on the format. But it's like Memory Lapse just like it lines up well against cards like Uro, Treasure Cruise, and if they pay all this stuff, it gives you information about what they have next turn, gives your opponents less options. You can just Memory Lapse is mostly like a screw your opponent over kind of card. It's a little bit different, I feel. Okay, so not getting any life. So are we gonna exile Lorn Revealed, Swords, Flooded Strand, Oko, Shaman, and then Sanctuary Lorn Revealed? I guess I need to fetch though, so I can Shaman to fetch land, actually. Oh my gosh, I didn't leave the land in the air. Because they have Delta. I just fuck it up. Yeah, I'll draw another Lorn Revealed though. I meant to leave land in the air. Okay. That being said, Uro just solos all your opponents. Might as well. Although, I guess might as well not. Actually, my hand is just all known info. So they have 3 cards in their hand. Maybe I could have exiled their land to make a Treasure Cruise worse, but Treasure Cruise is already not super good here. If they tap 3, we could have made them tap 1 more mana, which would have been nice. But a heads up play for sure. We also kind of wanted to have access to that, anyways. Okay, let's send in. Think with just the Uro. Kind of debatable though. So they have their Treasure Cruise. I have mine. My Discord DMs? What's a feature match? Okay, sure. Anyway, I mean, this match is almost over, Will. And I'm not sure which feature match you want. Let's see, feature match chat. I'll just go into one of them, I guess. So we get our Zagoth triumphs, we can start draining them with Shaman. If I didn't have the Shaman in play, I don't know that I'd counter this, but like it's okay to counter. If they have Veil plus another thing, I'm not thrilled. They let it go. If I'd done that in my hand, I probably would have swords the thing. 5 mana. 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, let's just chill, I think. They just did the 2 Shaman activations. Having Shaman activation plus counterspell up is just gonna be so tough. I'm just gonna counter this drown. Okay, so we're 1-1. It's been into the 33 months. Don't know. No, I'm gonna mulligan this hand though. When he's on the play, don't love being on the draw here. Okay, I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna put back the Brainstorm because I probably just want to get a Triumph turn 1. Okay, happy enough to just not see turn 1 Dark Ritual Ashiok. What's this all access token? So you can go to the Magic Online store, type repair in the chat, and then this puts every single legal Magic Online card in your collection for like 3 days. So you can play whatever you want. No rental service. And they do all the all access token for different promotions, and like usually for a little bit during new set releases. They've been doing it recently. Just don't always do it. Okay. Keep the binding up. Necro would be kind of bad here. Okay, against Ashiok. There's Necro. So we'll see how many cards they draw. I have binding. They also know I have binding. I think I probably will binding the Necro. This basically be like a draw 3 for them, but it'll also like filter their draws. Unless my opponent pays, if they go down to like 10, I might like leave the Necro in play. Because remember, they skip their draw step. Their life total's gonna be kind of low. I can pressure their life total with Oko. Oh, sorry, I forgot to switch the arena layout. I think because they have all these marches, I'll go ahead and binding. I get to sculpt their hand really well. Definitely a good exchange for them. It's gonna like pay 8, draw 8, discard 5. And make your opponent use the binding. Wait, they discarded a Dark Ritual? We are so fucked. We are incredibly fucked. I cannot believe my opponent has 7 cards in their hand and they discarded Dark Ritual. You could do response to Necro Exile trigger after they discard. Yeah, that's true. Probably should have done that. Another one. Yes. How many marches? They're playing 4 March of Wretched Sorrow. March of Wretched Sorrow plus Necro is a pretty good combo. Oh, they paid 6. They thought so. I see. They're at 6. What are the chances they didn't find a March? They have I think 38 cards in their hand. Or in their deck. They even get to go like down to 7. They get to pitch so many here. Oh, they Edict instead of marching. That's actually really interesting. Because now I'll just like not give them a march target for a while, probably. Unless I draw Oko up. I probably have to Oko and hit them with the food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, not going to exile the Necro at this point with their life total being so low. Just play an Uro. Getting pretty close to escaping. I'm trying to think in what situation I'd want to hardcast binding here. If they play the ring... If they play Shieldred... It's kind of hard for them to Shieldred and draw. I think I'll just have this inner tapped. You know, worst case scenario, I still have swords up here, right? Yeah, still 1-1. This is round 3. Wooden with the 34 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, swords are own Uro in response to a March on Uro could be good. They play a tapped Hive of the Eye Tyrant. 6 cards in their hand, 6 life points, and And no draw step either. Let me check. They're playing Besiege. They have 2 Besiege the Mirrors that they could maybe use to sack their Necro. So they Inquisition my swords, but I actually don't mind this so much because this allows me to escape Uro next turn potentially. Pay's alive. Is there a mountain? I don't mean basic mountain. You have to find. Yeah, we have a Rogren Triumph. Which I'll grab right now. I don't think we're as scared about March either on Uro. It's got 6 toughness. I guess they get to gain a lot for the Necro, but should be okay. Yeah, they're just playing mono black control. No combos. Alright, let's hold that one for a little bit. We don't early lose 5, yeah, exactly. But I do agree holding it had some merit because of, like, they just can't gain life if they don't have March. Just binding the Necro in response to March. Maybe, yeah. I guess that would be correct here. Nice to have two bindings. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they have March, it's either going to cost them most of their hand or most of their mana, or okay, they go for most of their mana plus 1 card. Then we binding the Necro, and I guess they'll pay 1. Oh, they didn't pay 1. That's probably a punt. Draw 3. Cool. You're gonna put draw 3 back on top. I think yeah, we do. We just go. And it's really bad if they have Shieldred or Bowmaster though. I guess what's kind of nice is that if they have Bowmaster, I can brainstorm a response. Maybe find swords also. Play like Floodstrand first. But I also may just like need to fire up the Hive and exile my Uro. 4 cards over there. They do fire up the Hive. So I don't mind so much. Go to 19, kind of time walks them. I have another Uro in my hand. They also don't have Bowmasters up, which is big news. Lord revealed to draw 3 again. Now I can stifle my Uro trigger next turn. Just get that shit in play. Why didn't you binding your own Uro last turn? Because you cannot binding your own Uro. It is only only opponent's cards can't binding your own stuff. Illegal play. Okay, they got 8 cards in their hand. Kind of while they played Necro and drew 15, just hit on cards. Yeah, I mean, you discard the hand size. You don't get to draw on your turn. They had to pitch a bunch of. I guess they only pitched 1 card to March. Yeah, paper only play. Okay, 4 mana to gain 3 off March, then play their 3rd Necropotence of the game. Okay, resolves. Probably just pay 5, right? What do I have for Sanctuary? I have another Lauren revealed. I have a Brainstorm. Brainstorm's probably good to pick up here. Oh, no, I don't know. Have full control on this time. your turn. Yeah, there's like a Nykthos version of this deck that my opponent's not playing. Okay, good Inquisition for sure. Do they have enough mana to kill my Uro and exile it with Hive? Not sure that they do. I guess I also have Swords of Plowshares for Hive, so they won't be able to do that. Well, Swords lets them draw 3 more off Necro. Since you can screen diff force on way. Yeah, I can do that. Is that so you want me to always be doing that? Because I can. Also, if you asked me to do that like in a message earlier, I missed it. Okay, x equals 6. So kind of an interesting spot. I can Swords my own Uro here, but I don't know that I want to do that. I think I do, actually. It's such a weird spot. It's just like -6 cards for them. You know what I mean? And they only have 1 March left in the deck. I might as well fetch here. I don't think does it matter if I Mystic Sanctuary? Mystic Sanctuary keeps a card in my deck. Ashiok is kind of scary here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put Counterspell on top just to get another card in the library, so I'm not getting milled as hard. I hopefully can just draw a Leyline Binding or Oko. They have 1 card left in their hand. They're also they also have Necro, but if they Necro like enough here, they might just die to me finding an Oko, which I have. They milled an Oko. I have 2 Okos left, and they milled a Binding too. So they go into 4. Cool game. Lane with the tier 1. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, so they're down to up to 3 cards in their hand, 4 life points. I draw for turn. It's a Death Rate Shaman. Go to my main phase. Draw 2 cards. Trust the auto tapper. Okay, play 2 shamans. Keep swords up. Hope for the best. I have 26 cards in my library. They mill me again. Mystic Sanctuary. They hit another Oko, unfortunately, so now I have 1 left in the deck. You have double Shaman, and like I can just eat. I can activate maybe. Yeah, it's been a great game. Oh no, now they have Beseech, which is super good for them, letting them sack the Necro. They also didn't activate Necro. I don't know if that was correct. Maybe it was correct. They find a Shieldred. I would prefer to not have to Swords this. 2 cards in their hand. Yeah, I think I'll probably end up taking like the 2 here. Oh, they have Ritual? Does Ritual activate Castle or activate or cast the last card? What a crazy game. Ritual March my Death Rate Shaman. Okay, so now their life total is super duper high. I'll just Swords the Shieldred, I guess, and then let a Shaman die. They're at 13. They have 2 Castle Locked Wains. And then they have Loyalty is 3 here. I have 21 cards in my library. I'm going to attack the Ashiok, I guess. Hold up Counterspell for this turn. And then I have a lot of Stifles left in the deck too, right? Yeah. Okay, they mill a land, 2 Brainstorms, and a Counterspell. I have 17 cards left in my deck. One of them is a Oko, one of them is a Leyline Binding, and then 3 of them are Stifles, which is that's a lot of Stifles. I'm gonna Counterspell this because I don't want them to take. I guess they probably just take the Counterspell, but I'm a little bit worried about them taking Uro and then hiving it. Consideration of Swordsman Shaman. I think I have the Swords of Shield Druid. Okay, so my opponent is holding up Hive to block the Shaman. Let's go ahead and Uro here. If they minus the Ashok and we lose the Uro, it's not the end of the world. We can also draw Stifle. Can also draw Swords for this. Instead, we draw a Shaman. That being said, this Uro will trade for the last activation, and then I'll have I guess that's what full control is, huh? Then I'll have 11 cards left in my deck. I'll have a Shaman. I only have one black source in my deck. I don't think they have they play Urborg, but I can start ticking away. I think they've used all 4 marches also. Who can remember? It's been such a crazy game. They have 18 minutes on their clock. I have 22. This may actually come down to timer. Okay, so Ashiok down. They could also have another Ashiok. Last Oko gone, unfortunately. Not sure how many Uros we have left either. Looks like 1. Running low on win cons. Beseech the Mirror to just search for a card. They're going to search for the One Ring. Yeah, I think I want to memory lapse this because it's just so expensive here. It just costs them so infinite mana, basically. Use 3. I thought, okay, maybe it's been 3. I'm pretty. I thought it was 4 though. They also can't Hive on defense. Do I have another Mystic Sanctuary left? I do not, so I'll save this fetch land for a Brainstorm. Now, what if they just tutor Ashiok? Be interesting. I drained them down to 7 though, then attacked them down to 6, drained them down to 4. I'm like technically winning the race, I think. Second Black Source would have been so good this game. Alright. They get a Shield Druid, okay. I'm at 27. So we draw. Alright, I'll just brainstorm into the Shield Druid, I guess. Huh. So we put these 2 back. Drain down to 5. Stifle the Shield Druid draw trigger. Untap down to 3. I have 8 cards left in my library, so few. Stifle to gain life. Okay, resolve Demonic Tutor. Put back Stifle and fetch to clear top of the library. The thing is, I just have 8 cards in my library, and Stifling the Shielded Draw is like weirdly good. Actually, is there a creature? There's not a creature for me to game with. Okay, there's no Okos left, so I'll just sack this food. So I go down to 16. We will fetch with this Strand. I attack my opponent down to 4, and then they go back up to... Game over. Okay, GG. Great game. Fought hard. Needle in. Let me check their list. Sideboard's interesting. They have Liliana, Stonebrain, Virulent Plague, Cling to Dust, Eliminate, Palantir, the End, Thought Distortion. A lot of one-ofs. Both Needles in. I'm trimming a Swords to Plowshares. I definitely just want to like get ahead and like just counter with pressure. It's kind of seems like it's like the main plan. I think I'll trim a Stifle too since they don't have any. Maybe we'll go down 2 Stifles since they have no fetches. Can still keep a couple for the Uro scan. Seems fine. Okay, let's do this. I never play the time Gaia. Just not something I do. I think it's not interesting to watch and not interesting for the matches, but you can if you want to. Like, I'll let my opponent time out if they time out, but if I feel like I'm 0% to win, at that point I was 0% to win. That was just a concession. Yeah, that was the triple necro game. Long one for sure. Okay, Keeperoo. Hope to not get turn 1 Ashiok. I guess to play around that, I'm also going to get a Triumph turn 1. Should I do that? It's kind of close. I think I'm going to not play around it and then have the ability to have Lapse up on turn 2. So let's go to Triumph. Little loosey-gooseys here. She's wearing a jacket because it's so cold outside. Little loosey-goosey in her jacket, so cute. Okay, so we get another breeding pool. I guess we actually get a Hallowed Fountain. So we have the Zaga Triumph and the breeding pool in hand. And then we Sanctuary back Memory Lapse. Play Uro. Pass back. Lapse again. Fetchland would have been so sick. We could have gone Fetchland or Escape Uro. Now we just counter. Another Mystic another Fetchland for Sanctuary would be pretty ideal, so we just draw a basic island, unfortunately. Gonna slam the Uro. Hope for best. Obviously, you could just draw Counterspell right now. We'll take an Oko, I guess. 5 cards in their hand. See if they have another Liliana. They do have another Liliana. That'll be okay. Get Edicted. They've got 5 cards. Where's my Archaeologist to sacrifice? Did we draw 3? I think we draw 3 actually. Next turn I can Sanctuary Reveal, Cast Revealed, and play Oko. I think I'll just discard Stifle. Stifle is good if I draw another Uro. So we can Sanctuary back Shores if I feel like we need another one. Discard another Liliana. 3 of those drawn this game. Love, love, love that they played that this turn.
How's it going?
It's going, yeah.
Lucy's
here. Of course she is.
Do you see her in her winter coat?
Yeah, I so showed chat.
You showed chat? I didn't even have to ask. Wow.
Amazing. Really on top of the ball today.
Uh-huh.
How did they beat this? I don't know. Yeah, I think I just don't care enough about this Liliana. I can even stifle the Liliana Edict next turn maybe, Let's discard one of the Okos, keep a Brainstorm counterspell here. But let the Liliana work for you, chat. Let her work for you. They discard a March, they have 3 cards in their hand. So maybe beta Bowmaster here. No Bowmaster. Go back Oko. I guess Oko Stifle now that we can just Binding Liliana. And then the last Mystic Sanctuary is in my hand here, but we'll just go and shuffle. Maybe Sanctuary back Brainstorm here is good, although my whole hand is pretty good. I think what I'll do is I'll save the Sanctuary to get a counterspell back. Or just get Lore Revealed, maybe. I'll just let that go. Well, maybe letting it go is bad against the Hive. They need a land. But they just have so many things they can tap. Like if they just have Necro, if they have Ring, it's like I really regret casting the counterspell. Here I'll play the fetch land so that I can be most likely to escape Uro again next turn. So they are Thought Seizing, so I can't counter a Necro, which they do have. Well resolved opponent. That being said, I can't escape Uro next turn. And I have Oko to pressure their life total also. So another cool game. Oh, sorry, I have to click resolve. I clicked auto pass. I thought that would just get all of them, right? Is there no way to like F6? Holding spacebar. Control return. I'm kind of scared that that's control shift. Control shift is the opposite. Hold control, hold shift, and click auto pass. Okay. So I can't sanctuary anything and escape Uro unless I draw a brainstorm or fetch land. Or that. I have 4 plus 6 plus 1, 11 mana, which is exactly enough to lore and revealed Uro and counterspell. Love to see it. Hope I counted right. I think I did. Yeah, looks like I did. So up to 24 life, we get to elk them down to 10. I love how Arena always asks you, are you sure you want to elk your own food? Never been more sure of anything in my life. Counterspell probably just gets discarded, I guess. Could let this go, and I guess and then brainstorm twice, but I'd rather not have like them have perfect info. I would have let Thoughtseize resolve because they lose 2 life. They have 6 more cards in their hand, super behind on board, behind on life, behind on mana. I have 11 mana to their 4. And then if we're able to win this, they have 12 minutes on their clock for game 3, which is plenty of time. We're not brainstorm hide the counterspell because Orcish Bowmasters. Orcish Bowmasters. Ritual, double Bowmasters. 2 rituals. breaking that mana advantage that I have. Also, like, the counterspell is like not going to be nearly as good next turn as it is this turn. Okay, march my Uro for 6, going down to 1 card in their hand. I have just the Uro and the counterspell in my yard. They have 2 mana left, 2 mana floating, so total of 4 to go blank me. Sure, I think I'm just gonna keep Uro. Funny turn. And then they're up to 16, so they Necro like 7 times. If you for sure would win this match, could you consider stall till the opponent concedes for time reasons? No, I don't play that way. You can play that way if you like. It's not something I do. Okay, hold control. I guess I find Stifle. Okay. Not a lot going on. We do get to hit our opponent down to 7. We get to play Death Ray Shaman. Yeah, I'm a little confused with the question because the question is, if you could, do you mean like just drag the game out because I'm ahead because of game 3? I don't know. I don't. It's just play the fucking game. But it does only have 4 mana. They do have. They've just been missing. Somehow they are 29 cards deep in their deck, and they didn't draw a land off of that. Oh, dude, they end me. I guess I get to draw a card off this Oko at least. Yeah, pretty good card too. They actually can't really even draw anything. Okay, this is fine. Okay, I don't have any Mystic Sanctuaries left, so I'll save that for Brainstorm. So they're going to try to double Bowmasters my Shaman. I'll counter the second Bowmasters and win the game and go to game 3. We're playing second Oko, making the Food Elk be a good play. I think it was better to save it because we know they have some Shieldred's Edicts. Yeah, the fact that they drew no lands after all those draws is kind of crazy. Okay, I think I'm running it back. You want like 1 Scolding over 1 Swords. Yeah, Thomas games are pretty fun. Stinky hand on the draw. Lose to Ashiok. Yeah, there's the mulligan. Stinky hand on the draw. I have to keep, I think, on 6. Uh-oh, they have a turn 1 ritual, too. Uh-oh. Not feeling great about this. Feeling better about that draw. And we have, like, castables. Like, I'm glad we mulligan, too. Like, if we keep that 7, we're, like, just dead. But also, like, weird, like, this is, like, such a long, grindy matchup. Me just, like, losing 16 cards to my deck is pretty tough. Huh. Do they have a land in the yard? They don't. I think I should Mystic Sanctuary the Needle Ashiok. Or I just can't. I actually can't beat the mill. And then we need Oko to solo our opponent, which Oko's done a few times before. I could also Elk the Needle and attack the Ashiok next turn. Do we like that? I think we like that. They have 3 cards. Obviously, they could have some removal, but it's just kind of tough to play around stuff. Oko isn't castable yet. What? They got something. I guess they have March. They're like, do I pitch a card to get the needle? They must have March here. Oh, okay. Maybe they decided no. I'm gonna march the Oko instead. Maybe have a second Ashiok. Seem risky to turn removal, which turns Ashiok. I mean, my opponent went turn 1 Dark Ritual Ashiok. I just have to, like, I have to take the risky lines. I have to take the proactive, not play around stuff lines. In my opinion. Okay, not gonna be casting these brainstorms for a little bit. Yeah, we're kind of ahead on board, so actually don't need to sweat this so much. Oh, I did lose my Jeskai Rogran Triumph. They only have 1 card in their hand, and if they minus, I can attack and they have to block something, or they lose the Ashiok. 2 cards in their hand. A lot of good top decks, including this one. I would have made double block the Shaman, and then we Swords, probably. So if they had a Bowmaster, we would have already heard about it, so let's just main phase this. Don't have a white mana right now. If they minus again, then we can go Brainstorm plus fetch. Okay, that's fine. Get to one of those. Alright, so let's untap. Let's keep the Brainstorm fetch maintained. I'm gonna go upkeep Binding the Shielder. They have 1 card in their hand. I have 31 cards in my deck. Draw for turn. Brainstorm first. Put back these 2. Breeding Pool. Slam Oko. Guess I could have attacked first, but like just play around anything, I guess. Okay, feeling good. They have a really high life total, so like Necro is like a pretty scary thing they could play this turn. If they play the 1 ring, we can just Alk the ring, so don't mind that so much. Okay, that's fine. Castle lose 3 down to 18. Do I want to put Brainstorm on top? I think no is the answer. If they have Bowmasters, I think I want to cast this and they kill Shaman. I can maybe swap food token for Bowmaster. And maybe not do that, but having the option is nice. Okay, gonna decline this. Out the food, get in for 6. Yeah, these guys have been really good, I agree. Yeah, I did not think we were going to be beating Necro Ashiok very often, but thankfully we had a Oko and like 3 non-fetch lands. Game's not over yet, though. Although I'll probably just Alk my Shaman and get in here. Oh, definitely with the Charm up. Okay. Put you to 1. Their deck is not very good at 1, and they just concede. Wow, what a match. What a match. Yeah, our head was all lands, Deathray Shaman. We just top decked Oko. Our mulled to 6. So they won round 1. Our game is 2-3. Confirm result. Cool. Rituals get out sooner? I mean... Kinda. Okay, no stifles over there is pretty good too, to know. They also didn't play a fetch land, so I don't need to. Swords right now. Yeah, I see the camera went out of focus. I'm not... Oh, the camera's out of focus. Okay. I was messing around with like the display thing too. It was going weird. Yeah, you stifle fetch lands in your own Uro, and then like Leyline Binding, Tidebinder, not Bowmaster very often. Maybe Shaman activation, not very often though. Very nice to be like, I don't, is it nice to be the one with stifles and open deck lists? Because like, they have to be weird about their fetching, and I don't. They do have a Sauron's Ransom that I'd like to counter, so I'm gonna not fetch in the turn there. Seems like a somewhat likely Sauron's Ransom too. Don't love drawing second Stifle for sure. No, Prevalent Stifle would be a Marvel's Eagle. It is funny, like with it's really nice in your Uro deck, but Stifle would be a good card. Like Murktide would play some copies. Okay. So I'm gonna get the Zoggoth Triome and then play my Sanctuary so it's untapped. Not put the swords on top. No, it's not attack either. There's the ransom. Try to counter it. Can you draw a freaking fetch land? Although they're not going to activate it if they do, I guess. Demonic Tutors. 3 cards so that they could get Oko, they could get Uro. They don't have a Delve spell. I feel like you probably should have like a Treasure Cruise if you're going to play Demonic Tutor. I guess it's just one tutor though. I don't know. Okay, well, they'll just never crack the strand, I guess. Let's go ahead and shaman them once, let this happen. So if they drew Uro, I'll stifle the draw trigger, I guess. Yeah, that's what it seems to be what they tutored for. And I don't think I'm going to Sanctuary back Counterspell. It's going to take my draw. Hold that. Love a Brainstorm. Yeah, I think I don't think I'm counting the fetch lands. I think just like trading it for the Uro draw makes sense when we're both like so low on action here. Although they get to Sanctuary back their Sauron's Ransom. Is I supposed to stifle that? Definitely does not help to draw 3 lands in a row or something like that. So the fetch. Well, they have 2 fetches though. So if I stifle one, I can't stifle the other. I think I have to stifle the Sanctuary trigger. They just get the second Sanctuary. I don't know. Okay, they take the 2 counter spells. I guess they're always doing that. Let's go next one. Even when counter spells like just so behind the Uro here. Okay, bring in the Narsets, the Ashiok. Although Narset's kind of awkward, I guess, against. Yeah, they are playing Brainstorm. They're playing Uro. Maybe just play, I probably do want to play both. They have only 9 fetches. Should have one of these. Playing Shaman, Bowmaster, Uro. 2 Oko. 2 Stern Scolding. I want 1 Scolding against the decks where I guess they have Shaman also. Can play both. Look at the lapses. It's got 3 more cards. It's kind of a lot. Could up to 2 Stifles. Archmage's Charm is probably too good to cut. Cut of Swords is okay, I think. Cut of Brainstorm against the Bowmaster deck, I guess. Let's look at the bluff. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only way I win that game is like they feel like I'm crazy for giving them 2 face-up counter spells, and they think the other 2 cards are crazy. But the counter spells are just so insane there. I can't even beat 1, so I feel like it's okay. Put 2 lands and 1 counter spell in a pile. I don't know. This didn't seem like there was a great split, but maybe I'm wrong. Been wrong before, and I will probably be wrong again. Right, on the play. Turn to Oko. Hopefully. Play Timeless is to Historic as Vintage is to Legacy. So no specific Timeless stuff. Yeah. I don't know, Timeless kind of feels like its own thing. I don't know. I guess how different is Historic? Is Historic just Timeless with the ban list? I guess it is the same, huh? Do you ever slam Ashiok? I'm looking at my opponent's deck list here. They do have 2 Spell Pierce. They do have 2 Spell Pierce. I feel like any of these Planeswalkers are going to be great. They have 1 Eliminate, 1 Shielder's Edict. I'm gonna slam the Ashiok here because this is the one that's getting worse. It's like not getting any better than this. You know what I mean? And so like I think this like the Ashiok is better. I think if I get to play all 3 Planeswalkers to play first, and it's better if they have Spell Pierce because it's the one that's getting weaker. So you play it first, right? Because you're like pretty happy for resolves this turn, and after that you're like subsequently less and less happy. So they have a land over there. Or if they have Eliminate or Edict. I'll take nothing. Sort of feels closer to Pioneer than Modern Legacy. I mean, or Historic, I see. Right. Okay, so their own Oko. You know, you don't usually want to be the second person to play Oko, of course. So I can't Binding this turn, but I'll still take it. With the intention of Swords to Plowshare on the food token. Playing Super Friends today, I guess. Can you bind with Shaman? No, I could if I had like a Steamvince or Watergrave to get, but I could only get Triumphs to discount this, so I only have 1 mana left. I don't have a Triumph that is both red and black in my deck either. I do think I'm going to block with the Shaman and then use the Shaman to cast Swords of Plowshares, though. Although if they're just untapping on Chilling, I think. Oh, I guess, sorry, I should have fetched in the turn. Okay, take Counterspell. Actually, kind of pivoting a little too much on my plays this turn, but should probably just swords the food first, and then send with both at the Oko. They have Bowmaster plus Counterspell. Not even that behind. Okay, so they ping the Shaman, they block the Orc on the Shaman, and then their Oko goes to 1 loyalty. I make a food and pass the turn. No brainstorming response. Well, I feel like I can get rid of the Bowmaster and not have like a wasted brainstorm that didn't get any value, but maybe I could be scared of second Bowmaster. Guess we'd be discarding whenever we drew off the brainstorm anyways. Although I was maybe supposed to Sanctuary back Counterspell, but if they can just get ahead on board, Sanctuary back Counterspell isn't good here. I'm probably going to steal their Bowmaster too next turn. Well, now I'll just elk the food. I think I'll get Domain online. Maybe this isn't. I guess this isn't important. I'm kind of. Yeah, I actually don't like this. Should have saved it for top deck brainstorm. Did draw Binding. Why don't we swap? Just get like really ahead on board here. If the last card's a removal spell for food, we can still Binding the Oko. You probably should have blocked with the Bowmaster and have a 4/4. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that would make sense. This also just kind of plays into the Oko steal. There are 2 cards in their hand. It'll be not impossible for them to win from the spot, and there's still game 3. One of their 2 cards is a land. Obviously, that's good for me. Sorry for rhyming. If you sack the food in response, does it fizzle? Yeah, but you'd have to sack your own food in response, and then if you're swapping with your food. Oh, you want to sack the food so they don't get the food? Yeah, just fizzle. Sorry, I totally thought I had the Counterspell still in the yard. Not playing this game well at all. Not that we really get, like, particularly punished or anything. I was going to use the Binding on the Shaman. My hand's pretty stacked, and I prefer not to steal it for just Elk. But I don't want them to be able to, like, attack Narset and unlock Brainstorm. Try to focus up for game 3. She seems like we're about to get to. Have to be on the draw for game 3. Only 2 Oko is kind of crazy to me. As opposed to Demon Quotes. I think that they, oh wait, no, that is their username. Really? The round's timed? Yeah, but the timer is like egregiously long, to be honest. It's like 30 minutes of play. It's a 4 Ashok mill deck, which is sideboard and more cards, a 6-card deck. No, not if that's their only mill spell. We'll just fight over the Ashoks. $25 I thought it was 30 minutes. Maybe just 20. Maybe it's 25 and like everything's just so fast. Maybe it's 30 minutes because it's a tournament thing. Okay, I have to mulligan. Keep. What do we put back? Wait, Oko or Uro. I'm less worried about snipers for this event, because it's an MTG melee tournament where like their like usernames are like a little bit more public. People tend to be a little bit more scared to ghost. Okay, so let's get our Rogran Triome. I can just hold up mana here. I can Scolding plus Lore Revealed, I can Counterspell, or I can go end of turn Binding maybe. Definitely feel the mulligans in matchups like this. Yeah, we're 2-1, game 3 in match number 4. Five cards in their hand. Yeah, I think I want to not allow my opponent to just easily resolve a Bowmaster here, so I'm gonna just get my Triumph. Yeah, drawing that, I think I can go for like a steal on the Shaman next end of turn. Nice to like do that and like present a 2-for-1 that doesn't get Bowmastered. Flampancipator? 26 months, thank you, welcome back. It just kind of immediately passes back, so I'll go for the steal. Didn't see any Veil of Summers. Yeah, no Veils. Do you have a Spell Pierce? It's okay, I guess. So, are they gonna... They're gonna cast Sauron's Ransom here, probably? Oh, they're just gonna drain me for 2, okay. I thought I could... Binding. Okay, I hit Control to try to exile this in their attacker step. I meant to do it, I should have done it end of turn, but I think it's not that big a deal either way. A problem for sure to have one less insert sorcery. Nice that they're stuck on lands. Yeah, probably bad to play the Uro and just tap out of these counter spells, I guess. They find their 4th land. Yeah, they're ahead on cards here. Now the Uro's kind of getting clogged up. I think I'm still chilling. Feels pretty close though. I'd love for them to like Sauron's Ransom into turn or their turn. I'd love for them to not hit any more land drops. If they cast Brainstorm, I'd probably counterspell Brainstorm. I'm gonna counterspell this. This is tutoring a land, and I really like don't want them to find a land. Narset is interesting. It feels tough to not tap out for something this turn. I think I'm gonna go for the Uro. Be able to Scolding a Bowmaster potentially. Be able to maybe hit a land for a counterspell. Probably should have manually tapped where the Rogran Triumph was up. Oh, my opponent just did nothing too. Wow. Okay. Opponent did nothing. Yeah, I guess we just charm end of turn. What do they have? They have 6 cards. I guess it's all counter spells, removal spells. Let that happen, I think. When did we last draw land? I don't know. I think because they don't know the Stifle, I'm gonna chill. I get to get this. They find another land. I have 7. I guess I probably need to slam something. It's probably been like 6 draws, or 5 or 6 that we missed lands on. What's nice is we have this binding, so like if they do get to resolve something, it isn't the end of the world. So they have Edict or Eliminate here. Fighting for my life. They have double Bowmaster. They're considering running one into the Scolding, maybe? Maybe not. What's crazy is my opponent has just been able to tap out for stuff this whole game and just has never had anything. They put Demonic Tutor on top. There's something. So we untap, cast Binding, they cast Counterspell, I cast Counterspell. Oh, they didn't cast Counterspell. Okay. This case, I'm probably just escaping Uro now. And then I have a couple options. I think I put Stifle on top. So I'm gonna go Uro, Stifle, Uro next turn. Expect this to get countered. Sure. So what do you think? Are they gonna Demonic Tutor for Oko? Edict. There are 3 cards in their hand. One of them is a Demonic Tutor. They know everything in my hand besides Ashiok. I'm still gonna go for Uro Stifle with Counterspell up. Are you sure? So we exchange counter spells. Demonic Tutor, 2 mystery cards. Yeah, maybe the biggest arena stack I've ever seen. There's the DT. Is Oko for 5 mana a good card? Not really. I don't think Demonic Tutor is very good in these like fair mid-range piles. They're not awful. It's not awful. You're probably supposed to play it, I guess. Okay, so let's attack the Oko, see if they trade. Do trade. Oh. Any good aggro decks? Not really. Not that I've seen. Okay, Oko, down to 2. Swords the Bowmaster. Cast Brainstorm. Man, I only get 2 of these. Let's put back the Scolding. I guess I put back both of these and then... Sanctuary back Stifle, Escape Uro with the ability to stifle the Oko activation. Just has to be the line, right? Maybe I could have kept. Maybe I could have not kept Deathrage Shaman, but I want to keep. I want to keep Deathrage Shaman in case my opponent counters this. Oh, sorry, can't. They can't counter it. Okay, then that's just the plan. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to keep Ashiok over Shaman. Alright, try to stifle this. Be pretty happy if this resolves, I guess. Okay, resolved. I'm pretty happy. They still have 3 cards in their hand. 2 of them are spells. Okay, I'll take a 4 mana Uro kill. I don't know, this Oko is going to be so tough to beat. They're only playing 2 Okos too. I guess they got the Demonic Tutor for 1. Okay, so we can... Okay, now we have Binding. I only have 1 white mana, but I have 2 Uros, so I don't mind so much if they shaman one of them. I want to sack my food. Also, I got 2 cards. Kind of like want my shaman to get like Fatal Push too. Not that they probably should. Switching the Triumphs, so both Triumphs can cast DRS would be better. I don't know. There's pros and cons to all of them, I think. I think this is a fine combo. Okay, so I have... Guess this. If they counter this, and then I swords the... Okay. Well, I guess the problem here is I swords the shaman, but then they exile something from my yard, so I can't escape Uro. I'm gonna be one card short. Yeah, one of my Uro's gone. They have 1 card in their hand still. I have no cards in my hand, but I have Uro in my yard, which I don't think I'm chumping with my shaman, so I can escape Uro, but I could. Yeah, now I feel like I need to keep the shaman available to counter the Mystic Sanctuary. They have 1 card in their hand. It should be a spell too. They're also like flicking over their graveyard. I don't know if they're just like looking and seeing like what they have left. I need Onero in response. I don't know. I should make sure that they're playing 2 sanctuaries, right? Yeah, they're playing 2. Yeah, so let's just take this hit. I'll sack the food. Last card could be a counterspell, could be a Bowmaster, could be a Thoughtseize. It really could be a Bowmaster. Not that likely, but it could be. I'm gonna cast Lore and reveal it as a draw 3. I don't think it's likely a Bowmaster, but it's like non-zero Bowmaster. When it says nice, okay, I thought almost for sure that would be a. I've also already used all my sanctuaries. So just go ahead and brainstorm now. I thought that would be nice. I could cast Orcish Bowmaster. Alright, put back these two. I don't get Stifle. Stifle's nice against Oko, I guess. So they can make me tap out of counterspell mana if they Sanctuary, which they did not do. Again, I'm not using my Shaman because I want to keep up the ability to eat spell because of Sanctuary. They draw land, which is great. Stifle nice against Oko. Yeah. Did I say that? Or did I not say that? I shuffled redrew it anyways. We're gonna need it, I guess. Can I Stifle Sanctuary trigger? Use Shaman for counterspell mana. I mean, one of these uses a card in my hand, and one of them uses a like infinite use activation Death Ray Shaman. To stop like 5% of what Oko does. Well, if I stifle the elk, I can just attack the Oko. It's nice because I have the Uro to pressure the Oko. And I get to keep my counterspell in my hand is really what's nice about it. Yeah, I'm saving this to stop a Mystic Sanctuary, although at this point Sanctuary doesn't matter as much. I can actually start eating. Make this counterable. And I want to target Thoughtseize because that's the worst card for them to put on top here. So, like, because they can Sanctuary in response to deny the drain, but then they have to put this on top. When I resolve Oko, counterspell is way better than Oko here. With this Uro in play, like I just have this shield up on the Uro, and making sure that my Uro is just like gets to like stop like whatever they have is just so important. Like when you have Uro in play, counterspell in hand, you're just kind of happy your opponents use it like just 1-for-1ing in any way with the counterspell on the Oko, and then keeping the shield up is so big. Yeah, Uro is a ridiculous card. Okay, GG. Long match. I haven't eaten today. Who won game 1? They won game 1, I won both sideboard games? Or I think I won game... Did I win game 1 and they won game 2? Was Stifle there? I won. I won the game. Did you not see me win? Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna cast a shielded over here. Oh, it's actually fine. They cast it into me having revealed Unholy Heat and Flame Slash to my Rinse Resolve? Why would they do that? It's just gonna die. They could have waited a turn and then it's so much harder for me to deal with. One nice thing with double queuing Magic Online and Arena is if you F6, it never does anything. Like sometimes you'll F6 on a Magic Online, it'll accidentally skip you through your turn in the other game. It's been a little while since that's happened to me, I guess, but it sure has happened. Wish I had another fetch land in my hand. I would have gotten Rogren Triumph. Here, I think I'm just going to Binding the Channeler. Channeler's really crazy in their deck. They get to go through it so quickly. Interesting. So my opponent has Orcish Bowmasters, so I think I just play Oko this turn, and the next turn I can go Uro plus Counterspell. Could possibly get comboed, but I think just like one Counterspell is probably too flimsy for me to be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have counter magic up the rest of this game, especially when neither of these can get me Sanctuary. Plays the Supplier. This game's looking pretty good. Back that U2 over there. See if they have a Bolt. Ooh, Phyrexian Tower. It's up to 3 mana. To go to put Lurrus in hand. Okay. Okay, drawing Leyline Binding, I think what I'll just do this turn is get Rogren Triumph, binding the Bowmaster, plus Uro on the food token. And attack. I guess play around bolts. My opponent is still not done it, taking any actions over here. If my opponent plays, okay, can you swap over? Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's just got too much going on. Also, this I keep deleting this. I keep deleting this giant Magic Online record thing, and it keeps coming back for a vengeance. I'm not minimizing it. I'm actually deleting it, but it refuses to stay away. Ugh, I wish I could steal this Lurrus. How's Neil's feeling? It's feeling much better than the earlier iteration did, I think. Definite improvement. Okay, you are an elk. I like how I never ask you, are you sure, when you elk your opponent's thing. So we can also go lapse their play this turn, hopefully, and then go Uro with Counterspell up next turn. My opponent has taken no actions for 6 minutes, so I guess they're, like, conceding. So let's go tapped Breeding Pool, Mystic Sanctuary, Counterspell. Double check we have enough. We do have enough. After the lapse goes to the yard. This is fine. Oko can go to 1. Just like, what a stupid amount of loyalty Oko has. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Up to 3 loyalty. They draw the Underworld Breach. They know I have Counterspell. I know they have Breach. These probably just kiss each other goodnight, and then we move on with the rest of the turn. One of their 2 cards is a Wooded Foothills that immediately gets sacrificed. For a tapped Blood Crypt, seems like a good thing for me. I want to try to kill my opponent ASAP, since I'm dead to a top deck Breach. Also, if I can get some chump blocks, I can make like Diabolic Intent worse blockers maybe, or worse top deck. I have 3 Shamans. I can only cast 2 of them. I can Elk the other one and like drain with 1 next turn. Okay, so they trade. Play with 2 Shamans. Still quite have lethal next turn.
They top decked Mishra's Bauble. Good news for me, of course. They don't like their top card, so they go down to 6. But this puts them, I guess, that puts them to 1. They chump block here, take 3, take 2. Okay, they can draw. They have 1 look at a breach if I don't draw a counterspell or removal spell. We are going to want to brainstorm after we draw off Uro, just so we can see the maximum amount of cards possible, but before they can block, so we can still draw Leyline Binding Swords to Plowshares. So Leyline Binding Swords to Plowshares, Counterspell, Memory Lapse, Mystic Sanctuary are all game locker uppers, probably. Don't think Stifle does much. Okay, and the Sanctuary is now a little late now that we haven't drawn, but Swords to Plowshares is still on time. Oh my gosh, my opponent over here in the Modern, they left for 9 minutes, and then they came back. I think they're roping. It's fine, I don't know if I care. Okay, so what is their sideboard plan like? Ragavan, Feed the Swarm, Molten Collapse, Grape Shot. I don't. Why do all these decks play one sideboard Grape Shot? Is it like Unmore? Is it like because of surgical effects? I know that surgical's in the format, but that kind of stuff. I would guess that's why. Okay. How many fetches are they playing? 10. Let's keep it all over Stifles. I think I'm gonna cut my Shamans. They have a lot of removal. And I can cut Charm 3, Memory Lapse 2. Let's cut Memory Lapse 2. Their curve's pretty low. I mean, just having it's good against Breach, but as also doing Con, okay. Don't know how important that is. Maybe it's important. Yeah, my opponent has said sorry, and I over here, and I forgive them. I've made peace. They're also super dead over here, which does help. It's gonna take some time to actually get him dead. Okay, I'll keep my 7 on the draw here. Getting monkeyed. Gonna go ahead and get my Rogran Triumph here so that my opponent can't snipe it with the Ragavan. Okay, I won my Magic Online match. Thank you for your patience. You're the realest, chat. Gust and Ashok not coming in? Nope. Gust is only good against Breach, and we have a lot of ways to answer Breach already. And Ashok is worse than Deafening Silence, which is like mostly for this matchup, you know. Like with Ashok too, they could just combo all in one turn. They don't like if their graveyard starts empty, it's not like they're just like that scared. Although, sorry, I should have played around Dashed Ragavan. Although I actually kind of want them to Dash Ragavan instead of casting it so I can counter it the next turn. But it just goes Luris in hand. Every time I get to Stern Scolding Luris, I'm like, I just have a flashback to consulting with Wizards. Because if those that know, when I was consulting for Wizards, this card said counter target creature with power 2 or less, and I suggested or toughness for mostly Luris, but also Solitude. And the fact that we're just taking 6, and I have to counter. I guess I mean like my life total doesn't matter that much, or their life total doesn't matter that much, and don't have another answer to the Ragavan. Wow. I'm supposed to. I don't think I'm supposed to Sanctuary Counterspell. It beats Veil. Gust beats Veil. Do they have Veil of Summer? Yeah, they don't have Veil of Summer in their deck. Oh, the Grape Shot is the type of Veil. I see. Okay, that makes sense. What's up with the Gusts? How big is this? It's 3. Yeah, I know. It's suddenly relevant. It's so funny. Like I never got to do it in modern because it was never relevant, but now it is. Is this a treasure? Okay. Any sets past your future that can bring consultation for? I consulted on I consulted on Assassin's Creed. I turned down MH3 and I haven't been asked to do another one after that. But I would do another one, and in theory, just has to be right. Like doing MH3 would have been awesome. It would have been very, very cool. But just like they wanted me to go for 6 weeks to Seattle, and it just like wasn't really possible at the time. Although it's funny is like after I said no, Esther got laid off, and we probably could have gone, but like with Esther like not being able to leave before, it just would have been too tough. Which I've talked about this a lot, but it was for a variety of reasons why I turned it out. But it was six weeks in Seattle without Esther, without the dogs, and also without the stream. So one, it would have been hard, to be away from them for so long, but also the biggest thing really is that being away from the stream for 6 weeks is kind of like at the time especially, I felt like maybe just like would kill my streaming career or would be a huge hit financially to the streaming career. It's very scary to do that, and at the time it seemed like there was little chance that it would be worth it to take that big of a break. I'm making food. I think I'm making a food. I can stifle the Hersa crew again. But the Lord of the Rings and Assassin's Creed ones were remote, so they were more doable. Is consulting different from design position? Yeah. I'm not designing the cards. The goal of the consulting is to like just look and see like the main goal is to try to find broken cards and like say, hey, this shit is broken. What are you doing? I can let that go. I have another Oko in my hand. What are you doing? And hopefully you don't have to do that, but that's the main goal. Got 2 cards in their hand. Another counterspell. So now I'm gonna elk my food with double counterspell up. Although we probably have to use a stifle on the crew, or we could chump block. Probably gonna stifle. No chances during Molina Scholar Scale. That was not an option given to me. I mean, I don't know. It's just a consulting position too. I wasn't really in the spot where I'd push my freaking weight around. Were there any stupid broken ones? There haven't been any like Hogak, Oko, Uro level cards of any cards I've ever consulted on. The best card I saw was Bowmaster, but I think I both overrated it and also like didn't get to see the One Ring because the One Ring I did not see the One Ring. It was like apparently a last minute addition. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Honestly, with Lord of the Rings, I mostly suggested buffing stuff. It was like a pretty tame set. I suggested like buffing Stifle, Lost to Legend, although they like re-nerfed it afterwards. But the reason the word historic is on Lost to Legend is because of me. I even suggested nerfing Flame of Anor. I was a bit worried that the 5 damage was too much damage on it. Just an elk with 8 cards hanging out underneath. Did you see a different One Ring? They should be better, different. Was that something else? That was me. I mean, I saw a card called the One Ring. It was 5 mana, indestructible, and basically did nothing. I can't remember anything else besides the fact that I remember thinking that this basically has no text. It is just like a 5 mana do nothing. Like it was just so forgettable, and it was very forgettable. And for a card that as iconic as the One Ring, I thought that was a shame. And I did suggest that it would be nice if the card was better. Right, they have this. Oh, this isn't doing so much at the moment. I feel like they maybe should have just bobbled twice. I'm gonna stifle the bobble. Did you know Shielded was a thing in most formats of the time? No, Shielded hadn't been printed yet. This was maybe like 6 months after Modern Horizons was printed that I got to do this. So we can put this to 8. I think it can be attacked for 4 down to 4. I could just Alk the Lurrus. Alk the Lurrus, I'm just dying. I think I have to make a food. Drawing a Hallowed Fountain here is just a disaster. What would you say if they asked about Oko in a set for Modern? I mean, they never would do that. You know what I mean? Oko is a card that already exists and is banned. You know what I mean? And like should obviously not be printed back into Modern. Set free. So they put me down to 3. There's not an instant nor a sorcery for them to exile with their shaman here. Hopefully they don't have anything proactive to play in their hand. Great draw. Did miss this. I think that's okay though. Good play by them. Do you regret not using the Delta to Sanctuary Lord in response to hers earlier? Yeah, kinda. I didn't think I was gonna get quite this flooded. I feel like I had a reason for not doing it at the time, but it's been a long game. My food. Yeah, that's for me. Do you mind grabbing it?
Yeah.
So I want to swords this now so they can't crew the hearse. Oh, wait, does hearse even have anything under it? I thought it did. I'm not going to counter the supplier though.
How's the tourney going?
I am 3-1, I think. I might be 4-1. I forgot to update, or I might be 4-1 in a second.
Is it out of 5?
Out of 7, which is a bit longer than I thought it would be. Congrats to Honorog for getting so many people. Probably should have taken like a second look at their graveyard, but obviously I have to counter that, I think. Feed the Swarm. Leyline Binding, I just don't really care about this. About to get a blocker. I could Sanctuary. I feel like I don't want to go down to 2 though. This has no cards underneath it. Could have Sanctuaried. Yeah, it's kind of risky if we do. Okay, that resolves. Was kind of the breach. It should be low on breaches too. 1, 2, Yeah, this should be the last one. Assuming that's what they get. I mean, I guess I can counter anything else. I don't think they have any uncounterable cards. Yeah, 1 game 2. Console Assassin's Creed, anything cool coming to mind? I mean, nothing I can say, but the set is really sweet. There is 1 card from Assassin's Creed I've been like really excited about for a long time, but is maybe no longer good. Wow! Nice. Don't have Stifle. I guess I should have countered the Intent Tile. Missed it. Haven't really been in this kind of spot before. Okay, let's run it back, I think. Sorry for eating, but I haven't eaten all day. I don't feel that bad. No, I don't think it went Ashiok. They can just win all in one turn. And they're also really good at pressuring the Ashiok is the problem. No, I haven't got my tokens yet. I'm 1-0 in the league right now. I'll get them. I'll either stay up late or get up early. I think the NT Asmo deck is good, if it's like specifically that one real bad. But I don't know about Urza Saga decks in general. I want to get a Triumph here so that I can discount this binding. Where did I start 1-0? I started 3-0 yesterday. Yeah, we're 3-1 in this. No, we lost. Yeah, we lost round 1 to Grixis. We beat three fair deck piles into now Rakdos Breach. Okay, am I just dead? It'd be so cool to be dead here. Be very difficult at this point. What does my advertise care? Do you know who this is? Do you know who this is? Do you know who this is? These kids don't know. They don't know who this is. This is Spike, Tournament Grinder. I feel like my opponent just Diabolic intended for a land. Maybe I'm wrong. Karam. These kids don't know. They don't know. It's literally me. Literally me. It's kind of annoying. It swords it. Without Spike or Sheep? I don't know. Literally me. I don't think there's another Spike, is there? I'll do one more lamb. I can Sanctuary Lorien reveal with Counterspell up. Okay, so now I'll just Sanctuary the Lorien revealed. Literally Ancestral Recall. Okay, your turn. I guess I'm binding the monkey. Taking 4 down to 8. Could I draw an Uro, maybe? I have 7 mana. I think I'm gonna lead on this. Okay. Getting pretty close to stabilizing. Okay. One thing I don't have is a way to beat Underworld Breach right now. But what can my opponent have possibly tutored for? Could be anything. Could be anything. I don't know. You can just stifle the Stormtrigger. They'll Thoughtseize me. I'm super duper dead. I guess I can Swords their supplier in response to the ETB. I'm not going to concede yet. I'm going to eat my canes though. Yeah, they have the Bowmaster. I mean, they really need the supplier, though. This is like the engine card. I guess they can they can Bowmaster. I didn't see. I see they can Bowmaster this, but I can Scolding. We're cooking. We're cooking, kind of. They get to mill 3 more after this, so if they just mill another supplier... Well, I could stifle this. If I stifle this there, they can cast Flashback Bowmaster. I'm gonna do it. I'd use all my cards, though. Kind of still behind. It's not that behind. All that work still be worse than the counterspell. Yeah, I'll take not being dead. Hmm. So, don't quite have a Charm up too, but that was a pretty good brainstorm. Oh, I also I purposely hid that on top from a Thoughtseize. Wait. Oh, it's because I got full control on. Okay. It's like, why is this different? Alright, your turn. I feel like we're gonna win. Did not necessarily think that was the case. Yeah, they don't have much of a graveyard. Yeah, well, but it's not that small, I guess. Not over. We could get a little flooded, and they could drop really well. I guess that's not true. I could just counter and kill them, actually. Thought they had one more turn. Oh, wait. Is this the game where they were out of breaches? Or was that last game? I can't remember. Oh, I'm out of sanctuaries. I think their plan is just sack the food. I think they're dead. What a game. What a game. Keep this against Yorion Pile, I guess. Turn 1 Shaman. Rudely, no fetch land for me to counter. I guess I kind of just don't want to crack my fetch either with them having the shamans here. Still kind of a dynamic I got to get used to, not fetching into turn against shaman. It feels correct. Then they have. Okay, sorry. This is. Did I read their deck list wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. They are not playing any Stifles either. 2 main decks turn Scolding. They're playing the 1 ring in their deck too. I haven't played it against any ring opponents today. And they missed their land drop. It's kind of tempting to play Shaman, hold up Memory Lapse here. Actually, I guess we should just go Uro Stifle. What are they doing? They're trying to binding? They're swordsing. Okay. Sure. I'll take the 6 life, I guess. Thank you, opponent. It's nice of you. I'll take the 6. Take the 2 for 1. Swords the Plowshares. Do people do that? Is that like a thing? It's also like super good for me that they didn't do that before. I could have stifled my own Uro trigger. Like they could have been really good. I'm gonna cast Oko. Yeah, I don't think they know about the Stifle attack, probably. I mean, it's it's open deck list, though. Man, I can't remember the last time I played a game like this where my opponent just, like, got super mana screwed. We got so rewarded for not cracking the fetch, though. I'm, like, cannot remember the last time I was been that rewarded. Oh, no. Okay, up a game against the Yorion Pile is nice, and it's probably not a good matchup. They have 3 Veils on the sideboard, Elish Norn, 1 Dispute, Teferi, Time Raveler. Lots of good ones over there. Hey Evan, how's it going? I'm bringing in my Narsets. My Ashiok's probably... How many Uros are they playing? 4 Uros. Maybe I don't like the Ashiok so much on the draw, though. They're also a Bowmaster deck, but they're also an Omnath Bowmaster deck, or Yorion Bowmaster, rather. They're also a Ring deck, so I'll play one Needle. I was name Minskin Boo. Don't want to name Shaman, don't want to name Oko, though. I'll just play one. Just play one. I think I want one Scolding. They have 4 Fatal Push in their deck that I kind of feel like they might keep in, or keep some number in. They also have 4 Swords. Yeah, I feel like we want to cut the Shamans. And then let's not do Ashiok on the draw, but probably bring them in on the play. This Timeless, the idea of a fixed legacy for Arena. I don't know. To me, the closest format to Timeless is no bandless Modern. I feel like Timeless is like much closer to no bandless Modern than anything else. It's not exactly that, obviously, but to me, that's kind of what it is. I'll give this one a go. Any good Necropotence deck? I think the Seif's Necropotence deck is pretty good. It's like least reasonable. GG's Ornithopter. I had to wait 10 minutes to chat. Wait, are there chat restrictions on? How do I not know this? Are there restrictions on like you have to be the follower for 10 minutes to chat? Can you turn that off? Did we get like botted one day or something? Let the people talk. Let the people talk. Probably for new followers. Yeah, I don't like that setting though. I didn't turn it on at least. I won't point any fingers towards any other people that have the power to turn on restrictions. We turn on after bot attacks. Yeah, that sounds right. Can't remember that happening though. Okay, we're getting crushed here. But if anyone wants to turn that off, like I really don't like the like you have to wait 10 minutes to chat though. I prefer people to be able to come in and say something and like I like how are people going to ask me how good their pet deck is if they can't say anything? It's kind of weird. I feel like I'm supposed to steal the halfling in response to the fetch, maybe. Oh. Start holding up mana. If I steal halfling, I can go like elk with counterspell up next turn. Are we a whole land drop behind? They Uro'd in turn 2. Yorion into the hand. Using halfling mana, so they must still have another land in their hand. We're getting Veil Summered for surezies, though. For surezies. Amy! Thank you for the raid. We're playing an Otterog's Timeless tournament today. It's taken a long time, but I finally joined Amy on the Arena Gang. You've joined in just time for me to get Tank Veil Summered. My opponent had the Veil of Summer, obviously, but they waited for all of Amy's viewers to show up so that before they cast it. We're up a game, getting kind of trashed here. Getting kind of trashed. I've never seen a Veil Summer cast in Arena before. I've never seen this like animation. Mixed feelings. We're in what you might call bad shape. So so what we can do is we can cast Narset and try to find Swords of Plowshares off Narset. If we do that, I'm feeling okay. We can Elk the Omnath, which I don't really like because they just Yorion, reset the Omnath, and then put Oko down to 2 loyalty. We can go Uro with Counterspell up, which I also don't really like because they have the Halfling. So I think I'm going to YOLO Narset here. Believe in Swords of Plowshares in the top 4. And then side any out. Brainstorm, I guess. Could cast it now. We're probably just going to be going to next game now that we've bricked. Let's go to game 3. Let's go to game 3. Scolding is better on the play because it snags Shaman. I'm going to bring these Ashiaks in. Let's go down a Plow, down a Brainstorm against the Bowmaster, I guess. I don't know. This turn 1's okay. One right for being on the play and timeless. Play draw is pretty big. I don't know. Good question. No Gust? Well, what would you play a Gust over? You know what I mean? Which of these cards do you think is worse than Aether Gust? It's on no counterspells, right? Oh, they have one. They have one dispute in their sideboard. Wow. Get your 80 card, by the ways ready. 80 card, by the way. How I've missed you, Yorion. I've missed you so much, my sweet sky noodle. Gust over Charm. I think Charm's really good in this matchup, but just get the hold of counter and draw 2. Oh, man. I've missed Yorion so much. So they have Binding up? I'll keep 4 mana up here so that I don't get Veils somewhere. They do have 3 Veils on their sideboard. A little bit worried about, I guess. I am worried about drawing 2 into a Bowmaster. Okay, now I'll play Narset with counter up. No Mystical main. Wait, they have this? Oh, they have 4 Memory Lapse in the main. I totally spaced on that somehow. It's okay though. Just put it back on top. Tulio tags the 9. Thank you. Welcome back. No veil, no veil, no veil, no veil, no veil, no veil. No fetchable green, no fetchable green, no fetchable green. I'm not gonna look. No fetchable green, baby! I mean, although they just have lapse. Okay. No, now I don't even get to draw Narset, dude. Oh my gosh. Memory Lapse is so good. They also, like, definitely have Veil, or I highly suspect they have Veil somewhere in their hand, which is bad news for me. If you have Memory Lapse versus Counterspell, I mean, Counterspell is better, but if your deck is, you know, mini colored, then play some Lapses. Lapse is good, but it's not. I don't know. They're a little different too. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was bad answer. Bad answer. Counterspell better, but Lapse easier to cast and good card too. Question: if I have 2 Lapses in my hand, and my opponent knows about one of them, but I cast the other one, does if I just cast either Lapse, does it go away from their like known zone? So looking for Swords or Binding here. Fuck. If it's there the same, okay, cool. Man, Arena is based. I'm gonna actually take Charm and Steel there, Elk here. I like how we could have taken any of those cards, like Stifle the Oko's fine. Stifle the Oko there is fine. Needle the thing is fine. But I think but having Narset in play is like really good against the One Ring, so we do get pretty punished by them having Binding. But that was kind of my plan, was to have the Narset in play against the ring that they're top decking. Although they can still draw on my turn. They're at 9 life. They have Oko. Okay, I'm gonna hold control. Really gonna have to work for this one. Guess nothing I would want to Mystic Sanctuary, but kind of thought about it a little bit more. I also am on only 2 breeding pools, so I cannot escape the Uro here, right? I think I'm just going to double check, actually. Yeah, I cannot. Yeah, I know about the eyes on any cards. I'm just saying it, like, if you have 2, one of them has an eye, the other one doesn't have an eye. I was just checking if, like, if you play the other one with the same art, if the eye goes away. So I was trying to ask. Yeah, I feel like the format is, like, shockingly balanced. I agree. Okay, so I'm going to lapse the Veil. Double Veil? No. It's not perfectly balanced, but there's a lot of back and forth. Games are really interesting and good, and I'm having a good time with them. Not a perfect format, but what's perfect? You know what I mean? Balance equals long, grindy games. I wouldn't say that's exactly what it means, but it's kind of hard to define balance, I guess. But it's mostly what I mean when I call timeless balanced is I mean that the power level is of like the top cards in the format is relatively even, or like there's a lot of fucking broken cards, right? You have Brainstorm, Swords of Plowshares, Mystic Sanctuary, Uro, Oko, Once Upon a Time, Deathrite Shaman, Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time, Luris, Underworld Breach, Dark Ritual, Necropotence. But like all of these cards, they're around the same power level, and the format is just like about them. I missed probably like 5 or something, but the format is just like about these cards and finding like the best combination and finding like lower tier cards that work with them, and that's what I mean when I call timeless balance. Name 0 white or red cards. Lures. I say Swords of Plowshares also. Swords of Plowshares is good. I didn't name Leyline Binding, but Binding is definitely one of these cards, I feel, too. DRC and Ragavan are also, like, the red cards of the format. Red is probably the weakest color, though. I think red is probably the weakest color. Yeah, Bowmaster, too. I'm sorry I didn't rattle off every important card in the format in 20 seconds. Yeah, Blood Moon, good red card. But you know what? Like, these cards are all, like, I think a very good power level. In the sense that like they're very close. It's not there isn't like one card that just sticks out as the best card. Like Honorog asked the 16 creators in the Creator Clash last week what we thought was the most powerful card of the format, and there was like 10 different answers out of 16 players, and I was the only one that said Brainstorm. I was the only one that said Brainstorm was the best card. Ragavan just isn't that good. Yeah, Ragavan's not that good. I mean, it's like a top 5 red card in the format, but. Yeah, Ragavan is kind of mid. Ragavan's always been kind of mid. Okay, we're going to have a hard time winning this one, gamers. Yeah, Bolt is playable, for sure. Okay, step 1 is binding the binding, I think. Only good white cards are 2 white mana removals. Yeah, but it's like the best removal in the format, you know. But it's not like Oko is dominating so much. It's not like Uro is dominating so much. It's not like Luris is. It's like all these cards kind of smush and kiss into each other. So they're down to 3, but they've got food tokens. They could also reset their ring with Yorion, maybe. Is Esper Sentinel legal? I don't think Esper Sentinel's in the format. Omnath is also a white card. Kinda. Oh yeah, they can elk it, right? Why was cycling Lion for Triumph worth it? I don't have time to like time walk myself or time walk them drawing 3. And like the Triumph sets me up for exactly this, where I can go binding for 1 mana, hit Narset, hit another spell, play Oko with counterspell up or something like that. That being said, I think we are yeah, I don't have any pets, but I do have the spike cards at least. I'm drawing Oko. I think I'm gonna play Oko. Easy enough, right? I was just gonna elk their elk and then concede, but seems like my opponent won't even let me have that. So what is it? Prowess in Modern? Prowess is good. I feel like I would be playing green for Questing Druid. Questing Druid is like I think you want to play 4 Questing Druid, 4 Soulscar Mage, 4 Channeler, 4 Swift Spear. But I'm not sure exactly what list I'd play. Okay. 5 hours, 20 minutes in. Brainstorm bow. They only have 1 Bowmaster in the deck. Only have 1 Bowmaster. They're also not playing 1 of Stifle. Did you give link to opponent's deck? I mean, I don't have a link to it. I just have like my melee match thing, you know. Yeah, it looks like it's in the tournament thing. Just link to all the decks over there. I feel like standard might be a good way to get QPs. I mean, I don't know standard at all. Oh right, Stifle is good against their combo. I forgot about that. I think I'm gonna actually use my Brainstorm now. What can they even tap out for that I care about? I don't know, they got a million 1-ofs though. Actually, I played this matchup, I forgot. I played this matchup in the leagues and my opponent did cast Oracle and they went Oracle and they put good game in the chat. And I think they were annoyed because I didn't concede why I let them exile their deck, so they went Oracle good game. I just stifled them. Okay, my favorite part of Arena is I can do this.
Hey.
Hey. This is the last match.
Can I do this?
Yes. Zippopotamus, good username. Thank you for the 15 months. Okay. Drawing Stifle anyways, I guess. So if they Tainted Pact, I just let it resolve. They're playing 2-2, right? 2 Tainted Packs, 2 Oracles, yeah. Cling to Dust, that card's good against me. I have to discard if I cast the Charm. I think I'm okay to just chill. Life Total doesn't matter too much. Can shock this in. Yeah, I've got a good long stream, man. I've got a good one yesterday too, right? Actually feels like for some reason so I don't yesterday just feels so long ago to me for some reason, but I think I got a good one in yesterday too. They're missing their land drop. I'm going to grab a breeding pool here. Don't think I really want to Sanctuary this turn. I'm just going to keep hitting my land drops and chilling. It's a fun matchup. If they don't have their one of Bowmaster, I'm going to stifle this though. If they have their one of Bowmaster, it's not like the game definitely just ends. Okay, take a negate. Nice. Dude, they just let you cast Brainstorm in this format. I like. What the fuck is going on? I do think I want to Sanctuary this turn. I think I just get Brainstorm back since I have Delore revealed, and I want to make sure I'm not drawing. Lots of removal. Okay, they find land number 4. Easy memory lapse. Put memory lapse back on top. Draw 2. Time walk again. Time walking on sunshine. Oh. Alright, because I keep double counter spell up. Yeah, the Are You Sure on Oko is the funniest part of playing Arena. Like, yeah, I'm going to turn my food into an elk. That's what the card does. I'm going to cast this for the 3rd time? Cast something else. Is that allowed? Well, why don't I just Sanctuary back the charm. Couldn't tell which counterspell was which, so just target the cruise. And they kill my elk. Down to 8. Yeah, so if I play the second Oko, I have lethal next turn. Deathray Shaman is insane. It's so funny there. People were like, unban it. It's not as good as Ragavan. It's so much. It's like, at this point, I feel like it's comically better. Yeah, technically still live for top 8. Technically still live. Okay, so Narset's in. Don't think we want Ashiok. Yeah, I think, but I guess the thing about Ashiok though, it's like, okay, so this counters their combo. They have one Luris, one Shaman, one Bowmaster, one Snapcaster. In the sideboard, they have no additional creatures. They have also no Planeswalkers, so let's cut all the bindings. And then I think I might play even like one Deafening Silence over Swords number 4. Boom, at tier 1. Thank you. Welcome back. Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom. Be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Okay. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring. Keep this hand. Yeah, silence for Phoenix and Rakdos mostly. I guess I would bring it in against Belcher, but Dark Ritual decks. I should maybe bring it against like the first against the Necro players, but I did not today. This is timeless. It is a very sweet format. I honestly feel like it's a lot like No Bandless Modern, but it's a little bit different. It's kind of like the Fire Design Graveyard. You know what I mean? Where it's like that era of like 2019 to 2021. So many broken cards, so many broken decks, all right back to back, and like these cards are all just like they all get to like coexist again together in the timeless afterlife. Luris, Once Upon a Time, Mystic Sanctuary, Bant Uro, Field of the Dead, plus a bunch of like random Swords of Plowshares, Brainstorm stuff. It's very odd. Kind of like Legacy with no free spells. To me, like, Legacy has always been so defined by, like, sorry, let me fetch here. By, like, fast combo, the free spells, the access to, like, Wasteland, Ancient Tomb. Also kind of simply, like, people always call this, like, Legacy Light, like, there are some cards from Legacy here, Brainstorm, Dark Ritual, Swords, but Legacy is the format of the old fucking cards, you know what I mean? And all the cards here are like really new. All the cards in this the vast majority of these cards are in like the last five years. I heard Timeless gets Ancient Tomb. Used a rumor, or Ancient Tomb would be sick though, because you need like a reason to play Chalice, or more of a reason to play Chalice. Okay, because they're playing Tainted Pact, there's only one Bowmaster. We'll see if we get got by it. Yeah, they're playing Tainted Pact combo, to where they have 2 Tainted Pacts, 2,000 Oracle, the rest of their deck is 1-ofs, and a lot of like cantrips and selection, so whether you're going to use Tainted Pact to like exile their deck or find an Oracle. And then win the game. Oof. You need to put your skin game? I'm literally never changing this skin. I'm literally never going to use anything besides Spike Tournament Grinder for my arena avatar, unless they put Jade Avenger on the client, or I get as famous as Post Malone and I can have an Athena avatar Lucy Sleeves. I'm always going to use Spike Tournament Grinder. Thank you very much. Clothis? I don't know. Spike Tournament Grinders. Gotsta. No lapse their counterspell. They have 2 swamps here, thankfully. Yeah, I think I lapse their counterspell, and then I just pass with... I keep this... I mean, do I even need this Stifle Up? It seems like I should have it. But they can't really combo kill me with the Stifle Up, because they only have 4 mana. And they can go Tainted Pact Oracle, but I just Stifle, and they won't be able to like use any other mana to protection. So we just Sanctuary back the Charm. Then draw 3. Dude, this Sanctuary plus Charm plus Thorn Revealed is just so inevitable that you're gonna overpower your opponent on cards. Yeah, I just had to download Arena to become an official Spike, I guess. Oh my gosh, duh, they just packed in the turn. That being said, they have to have... Oh wait, they keep a polluted Delta? Do I stifle this? Yeah, I guess I'll just not play around them having Tainted Pact plus Oracle. Did they misclick? Oh, they just have it. Huh. Game 2, game 3. I don't know why I just blanked on Tainted Pact being an instant, but it worked. Yeah, maybe. It's also possible that they grabbed the Delta because their other known card is a permission piece. Yeah, well played, opponent. Not so well played. Aspiring Spike. Yeah, I don't really think they would have taken a land if they didn't have like 1 mana protection spell. You know, just Dispute, Duress, Thoughtseize. One of those cards. Okay, we are on the play. Last game of this Swiss tournament. With a head scratcher, for sure. I'm gonna keep, I think. Play Shaman turn 1. If I miss my land, I have a Brainstorm that I hope doesn't fuck me over too bad. Oh man, I definitely deserve this. I'm just gonna play Narset too. That card is like, I think better against them than the Oko. Never punished. I think it was just like right to right to keep. I have to break on like 5 draws or something like that. I'm gonna Brainstorm before minusing Narset also. Well, maybe they counter. Another fetch land. Okay, put back an Oko. And Deafening Silence isn't amazing against them. I think I might still just grab it off the Narset here. That's the greatest you've ever seen. Well, this hand was just to keep. This hand is just to keep. This hand is just to keep. I have Shaman. I have Brainstorm. I have a land. I'm on the play. Y'all are trolling. I think, saying that this wasn't a keep. Like, it's kind of why you have Brainstorm in your deck. I know, like you can get really punished, but like, just like banking on a land or or Lore and Reveal being in the top 4 is like, to say that's the greediest shit you've ever seen is like, maybe you just need to reevaluate your keep mulligan decisions. I don't know. I'm actually gonna tap Shaman here so they can't like push my Shaman and keep me off of counter magic. Definitely sounds that good. I don't think it's that good. I think they just used one of their counter spells on it. So here I lose if they have land plus both parts of the combo. I think I'll Memory Lapse just so that's less likely. Maybe they have 1 mana permission spell too, but I don't think you're supposed to play around it. And I think getting the Oko in here is important to have some relatively fast pressure. Cycle the Censor, yeah. So if they just go slam land plus combo, although it's even like not definitely doable for them to have the combo because they have to have both Tainted Packs in hand, right? Oh no. Both Oracles in hand? No, that's not true. I guess that's not true. They could just have 1 of each. That's why they play 2 of each. Stonebrain. Well, how do you feel if they name Counterspell? How do we feel if they name the card Counterspell? They name Uro. Okay. I feel okay about this. Uro is so strong, it's a 2-for-1, even if you didn't draw it. Well said. Yeah, I would not have boarded it in the Brainstorm as them. Yeah, they might have packed. I need to double check their list, actually. I can't see it. Oh, this is here again. How does it keep coming back? I'm deleting it every time. Yeah, maybe they do. I'll just keep playing. I'm probably gonna elk my Shaman this turn also. Well, 12. Yeah, I mean, I think I just care about having two counter spells up at a time here, as fast a clock as possible. Well, I don't know exactly. Okay, this conjures a duplicate of a creature card in opponent's graveyard to your hand, so they can conjure Shaman to their hand, I guess. You can attack with Narset. I don't think so. And then what does it do? Mana. If there are 5 or more mana values in your main graveyard, draft a card to the spellbook. Feels like I probably should not counter this when I just have another lethal Oko. They have this, I guess. Do they pay 3 life there? I also just dead to this in 2 turns. Like, you just having 2 counter spells up is so tough for them. Okay, so they have the 5 mana values. They don't. So this just conjures a Deathrite Shaman to their hand. I think I do this so I can just like draw a land and have lethal with counterspell up next turn. My opponent also can't kill me here because they can't have land, 2 pieces of the combo, and protection. Hopefully Narset is shutting off something in their hand too. Okay, we'll just get in with the Oko, I guess. Or the Elk. They play Pact. Oh, yeah, I guess that could be the perfect sum. 3 perfects, maybe. So now they have the Hive. That was a misclick, or I didn't mean to click there, but I did accidentally target the right card. I think we're gonna Oko and finish the Swiss at 5 and 2. Sure. Mind. I do mind, Spike. How do we lose this? So my opponent has to have 2 things here to survive, and so they. So I guess they have one relevant 2 mana card in their hand. They Tainted Pact into like push or dispute or something. I counter back, and then they untap, and then they Tainted Pact, and then Thassa's Oracle is in the bottom 2 or 3 cards. They have to draw a Tainted Pact for turn. So my opponent tutored Orcish Bowmasters. I'm supposed to counter this. Their last card has to be a 1 mana counter spell for them to survive. It is a Pact of Negation. Funny enough, kept talking about it, but Pact of Negation no good here, as they have to chump, and then they have to tap all 5 mana on their upkeep, lest they die, and then they will die to my 2/3/3 Elks. So 5-2 the Swiss. 5-2 the Swiss. Gonna play better. Still new to the format, but a lot more happy with my play today than I was last week, getting better at the format. Might top 8 the event, but I am DMing for the first time in 3 years in like 30 minutes. So, and all my friends are coming over, and this tournament ended up going a little bit later than I expected. So I think I am gonna graciously make my exit here. Yeah, even if I do top 8. I also have to grind 3 QPs at some point between now and 9 a.m. So I guess I'm staying up late or getting up early. I don't know, but I really want to play the tournament tomorrow. So